there, what happens with the water? Well, because you're going like this, you're pushing water towards the boat, aren't you? So when it hits the boat, where's the water going? Under the boat. So by edging that way and pushing the water under the boat, it makes it more efficient. Because if you imagine normally, if you're doing that, yeah, 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 yeah. So it's about trim, isn't it? It's yeah. So that might be easier for you to do that by edging it up like that as you're paddling on this side, and it may be easier for you to manage, with your posture and so on. So in some ways you're actually edging it slightly like that, and it's by doing it naturally in a way. So keep going on that. Okay. So that's better, Dave. Again, it's the stronger side, isn't it? Your body's better there. And you did a good move there. I'll tell you later when you get back. If we go screw with a bit, what have you done with your paddle? Yeah, you've put a bigger stroke in the one side just to pull it back a bit. That's how you've adjusted your paddle accordingly, and the length of the stroke itself as well. So that's what you do when you're moving sides. So if you're going a bit screwy, if you may have to put a longer one in just to pull yourself back again. So you did that again naturally, where you did there. Yeah. Right. Okay. What were you like when you learned to drive? Okay. Well, if you think about it, you had several things to take into consideration, didn't you? So you had to think about the clutch, you had to think about the gears, and you had to think about the brake, the handbrake, and you had to think about the wheel drive. So you're trying to pull all of those things together, and you're conscious of it. Where now, you're unconscious. You do it as you said. It's the behaviour that you've learnt without even thinking now. So at the moment, it's like learning to drive a car or anything really. You're conscious of what you have to do, and there will be hiccups along the way, but suddenly it will just click. Well, if you think of your forward paddling and control of the boat, you've picked that part up quite quickly, haven't you? Yeah, and that's quite a difficult. What you're doing there is more difficult in some ways. That's much better. Yeah, yeah. And you're limited by when you do the trunk rotation. You're limited how long you can put the stroke in as well, aren't you? Yeah, it's if you work within that shorter space there, it's about the fact that it prevents the boat from moving so much. But as I said, you can put slightly longer stroke in if you're starting a bit screw-if to pull it back in again. Okay. Do you want a bit of a rest yet, or? Alright, we'll have a go getting yourself round round this buoy and round the other buoy. Like a figure of 8. Yeah. Just have I disrupted you? Sorry. Just go around this buoy, Dave, alright. Yeah. Don't let Dave come along with you, Rich. You follow this as a group. They're going to paddle downstream. They're going to paddle downstream. And then when you watch the nettles there, and then when you come back, we'll do